don't you look wonderful? Are you awake now? Hello? Can you see me? You cannot speak properly. Although I suppose that is to be expected, isn't it? Let's have a look at you. Scales are looking just fine. There's quite a large amount of dirt on the side here, but that could be due to you wriggling around. I doubt that there's any infection. We will still clean you up, just to be sure, and proper our procedure. Yeah. Okay. Well then, you must be very excited. Have you been informed of what is going to be happening today? You have not? Oh, well. I suppose this is a little different. Usually I say clients. My clients usually know what's about to happen. You see, there is this grand feast that is about to be prepared in a few halls across. You may hear some clinking and clanking sounds from the dinner plates, but I do find this rather fascinating. You seem to have lost quite a bit of your memory, which is not bad by any means. You will have to block away some memories as is, just in case you wander off, but for the time being, just have a look. I do have some information written down about you. Yes. Okay. So, I suppose we can't really confirm your date of birth, etc. But going by your attire and how you've been put together here, I think that you are my correct appointment right now. So, you seem a little bit alarmed. Let me take you through the steps, okay? We are going to make you look even more presentable, okay? You are, of course, gorgeous and beautiful, but we need to make sure that you are pleasing to the eye of our guests. Yes. Now, you may have seen them before, you may have not seen them before. Usually when we pick our clients, it's just a matter of preference, personal preference really. It doesn't really have anything to do with your status or your, well, anything else for the matter. But we do like to make sure that our evenings are full of joy and full of tastiness. So, we are going to be making you look delicious so that you can be, well, it sounds alarming, but I promise it's not. We are going to be devoured, most likely, by our guests, and you get to be part of the never-ending cycle of wonderfulness that is our people. Yes, everything is being observed, obviously, by our lords, and, well, it's just a big honour to be partaking in this. Yes, well, you do not have to worry. I will be taking your memories. It's okay. Yes, we made sure to let everybody know that you have just ran away and decided to not come back. So, yes, troubling times right now. That would also explain all the disappearances, I suppose. Well, you can speak a little bit. How lovely. Oh, no. Please don't shout. Don't shout. It's okay. It's okay, I promise. Alright? Besides, I don't think anybody could hear you. And if they could, they would be working on my team. So, I I don't know if that's recommendable to be doing that. Besides, you can't really move that well right now. As you've probably noticed, your body has been switched, essentially, to become part fish. Aquatic creature, that is. I mean, you're quite far away from being a fish, really. I haven't really seen fish with this beautiful hair. But, yes, you've almost completed the cycle. I suppose it'll only take one more little incantation and it'll be just fine. But, well, our lords and our guests, they prefer it this way. So, I'm going to brush through your hair right now. So, please, just hold still for me. I want to make you look as beautiful and presentable as possible. Whoever picked you definitely did a great job. I've looked through your files before. You tell beautiful stories, I've been told. Yes. I hope you wrote them down. It would be a shame to lose those stories. Right. I'm also going to have to get rid of the excess dirt build up, but that should be just fine. Shouldn't have to worry about any of that. Nevertheless, don't you worry yourself. It's a great honour to be part of this feast. You know, there are many alternatives that I think you wouldn't appreciate at all. Let's not go through them. I don't want to worry you even more. Just want to make you look extra proper and put together. There. Lovely. Have a look here. Okay. I think we can move on to the next step. Just going to gently apply this balm here. Mix that up in here. I'm just going to gently remove any marks on your face. The sides where your ears are as well. That everything looks beautiful. So along the forehead. I'm also going to be taking some samples so that we can compare notes with one another about the transformation process. You probably noticed it first when you were feeling a little bit itchy on your skin and had some moments of forgetfulness, possibly. Okay, very good. Same thing on your clothing, but very different type of tissue. We're going to go with a slightly harder one, texture-wise. I'm just going to brush off this side to check it. I'm not quite sure if we're going to remove that later on or not, since when they chomp on you they tend to take everything in, even the shoes. So, what will happen with your original body? Oh, well, that is going to be taken over for a little while, maybe 20 years or so, by one of my dear colleagues. Yes, there are some very, very important works that he must do. And, well, in his current body he is a little too old, too frail, and we were worried that he would simply drop. And after 557 years of being alive, I think that would be a little bit of a shame, especially since he is one of our smartest. Well, no. Cleaned you all up. Okay. What else is on the menu today? I see. Okay, so we have 10 sacrifices today, 5 tomorrow, and the final 2 will be presented early in the morning, I suppose. Okay. Right. Excellent. So, can you see properly? It appears that you are having troubles. Can you look at this finger for me? With the eyes? Oh dear, okay. Well, no, that's alright. It's just, we usually hope that our, well, let's just call you sacrifices. We usually hope that our sacrifices are able to waddle over to the table themselves. Yes, it gives the appearance of you being there voluntarily rather than being forced to. And it's just more pleasing on the eye, but if you are having trouble following my finger like so, I don't know if we can really get that done properly, but we can try our best. Can you follow my head moving about? Okay, somewhat. Right. Your sense of smell is most likely not very functionable. It's not functioning very well anymore. So, can't really check that. Your mouth is oozing. I don't really want to get too close to that. But I can tell that you can hear me properly, so that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to take some samples now if you don't mind. Okay. So we're going to take some scales, and I'm also going to take some of the sliminess around the scales. Okay, so don't you move. I'm just going to get my tools. Right. For the actual scales, I have prepared this little box here, and I'm going to simply pluck these little parts. Sometimes the entire scale might break off, but it should be just fine. have that examined. Okay. Just very gently moving in towards the sides. Just going to very gently pluck this out. Make sure that everything feels nice and smooth on this side. Okay, wow, the colours are actually quite marvellous. We didn't even plan that, but if you had been transformed into a regular fish, that would have also been quite the spectacular viewing, I have to say. Okay, don't worry about the little tears on the skin, that's just fine. Right, just hold still for me, okay? I mean, it's not like you can move that much anyway, but I just prefer it when the work can be done with a very precise movement and also no troubles. Okay, right, perfect. And for the actual slime, I'm just going to prod around with this little tool here. This is the part I never get used to. And I'm going to try to just attach quite a bit onto the stick by rolling it around and just prodding and filling it into this container here. Nothing you have to worry about at all. Excellent. Don't need too much. This area seems to be very good to remove it. So that's perfect. Okay. These sent off to the actual laboratory that we keep hidden, and that should be that. Now, I am not a cruel person. I do not like to see you suffering, so we are going to block out some memories, okay? And you should be quite jolly and cheerful by the time that we're done. Maybe even a little bit sleepy. Wouldn't that be grand? Okay. So, all you need to do right now is simply relax as best you can, and I will very gently pluck, pluck, pluck away at the air around you, and just make sure that your brain is filled with a fuzzy, soft cloud surrounded by nothing, just empty thoughts and a soft cheerfulness. Yes, after all, this is a big event, as I told you. Okay, so let us just very gently pluck and pluck. pluck, 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 and pull, 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 and pinch. Pluck, pluck, pull, pull, I would say there's 10% left. Let's remove all of it. For an extra relaxed state, I am going to perform a little incantation on you, just so that you can gently and calmly walk into the grand hall, where we will prepare you accordingly, and you will not shriek in fear when you see our lovely colleagues and overlords, and we just don't want you to cause any troubles for us. So I will just be moving my hand around you like so. You will be hearing some sounds. Do not worry yourself about them. Besides, I think by now your head should be filled with bouncy little clouds, marshmallows. Right, so just relax, and I will see you when I see you. Good night. Sleep well.